So this has been amazing. I'd love to just like two more quick questions if you have the time here, wrap it
Yeah,
up.
and I'd like to also, if it's okay, I wanted to mention another thing I do, and
Yeah.
I want to point something out with that, an awareness kind of thing.
Okay.
So at some point, whether it's now or later, just let me know,
Okay.
because I do wildlife rescue as well.
You do. Oh,
Mhm.
okay. That's so a whole other aspect of this rescue
I
is
just kind of
wild.
wanted to raise a little awareness about about possums, because I do rescue possums, and people have such a bad, they have a really
Yeah.
bad image of possums. They think they're really harmful and scary and carry rabies and all these things, and they don't.
No, not at all.
Um, they're it's very, 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 very uncommon for a possum to have rabies. I think in all of existence there were only like 5 or something.
That's
Don't
it.
quote me on that, but I know that
Right.
it's
But
really,
like
really
it's
low. It's
that
because of,
drastically
it's
low.
the temperature of their blood,
Uh,
so they can't really carry it. And people think they're very scary because they consider them to be ugly, but they're really docile. They're marsupials. They're like, they have a pouch. They're, they're, I don't even know how they came to be here in the US because
right.
they shouldn't be here.
They're not,
And
yeah.
they really have a hard, they have it hard. They have it hard, especially in the Midwest. It's too cold for them. They get frostbite on their little ears and their little hands, and they struggle, and people just kill them and
That's
hurt them, and they really have a hard life. So I want people to, be nice to possums. Leave them alone and they'll leave you alone. Don't mess with them and they won't mess with you. And they really don't bite. They have a defense mechanism where they like get
right.
scary looking. They hiss or they open their mouth, but they're so timid.
Natural creature would, you know?
Yeah, if someone's gonna corner you, you're gonna whip out your claws. But
I
I really want people to know that possums are so important for our environment.
oh, yes.
They're nature's cleanup crew, and they go around and they eat like the debris, like the decaying vegetable matter and fruit matter, and then even like dead carcasses, like animals that have died.
Right.
So that is their diet. People always say, oh, they're in the trash. But that's only because they can't find actual food. It's not what they want to eat. It's the same with raccoons. They don't really
Exactly.
want to eat trash. So
I'm sure if they had a big old forest to go scrounge in, they would have plenty of other stuff to eat. But
yeah, they usually would eat insects and also like the vegetation and the fruit that falls off the tree, and
right.
like I said, the dead carcasses and things like that. So they're really, really integral part of the environment, and people need to respect them and just let them be, or put water out. That's my big thing.
Okay.
I'm kind of an intense person when it comes to animals. And one thing I always try to promote is people, please, in the summer, in the winter, whenever, put a bowl of water outside at the very minimum. These animals are struggling to survive. And depending on where you live, there may or may not be a good water source. And it takes a minute to fill up a bowl and put it outside, put some water outside. I just really feel like people need to be way more aware of the animals in their environment, the wildlife, not to mention like the strays and ferals of their community that were actually originally put out there by people who just dumped their animals, and didn't take care of them and didn't get them spayed and neutered. So that's how the cycle perpetuates. They keep having babies, so it's important to spay and neuter. It's important to be aware and be respectful of your environment and the animals that live in it with us, and put out some water for them. Do something nice. That takes a few seconds to be a good person.
A few seconds of your day, just for simple hydration, something we take purely granted.
We're so spoiled in
We're
this
so
world.
spoiled. We have no idea, do we? We really don't have.
No, we don't. And I need to. One of my goals is, to grow my rescue bigger, and to have people working with me and working for me, and also just raising awareness on many levels. There's also a lot of legislation that I would like to change, that is archaic, and it doesn't really pertain to today. Very old laws and things. So
evil, like rooted with evil in a sense when it comes to dealing with animals and such.
It's just some of the laws are just really outdated and aren't really based in fact. They were just thrown together,
Okay.
so many years ago, and
Literally,
people just don't care. That's the problem. People don't care about animals, and so things need to change. We need to respect our environment and all the little creatures that live with us here.
And that we get to live with, and that we should live with in conjunction with, not against, because humanity as a whole loves to live against the animals when we could have this beautiful, just look at your, miniature ecosystem and all your creatures and how you've created this whole realm of just happiness and life and love and animals kind of symbiotic relationships. And if that could just be a widespread thing, it would just be incredible. And we need to, our environment and animals deserve it. At the very least, they just deserve it, because we're here on their terms in a sense, and we're just lucky and spoiled. And we should all just take a little extra time, effort, if we have it, a little extra money, just anything we can do to help creatures. And in these times of what could be viewed as difficulty, it's also the potential to be viewed as very incredible if you go about it as such. So that's what you're just amazing. You're an amazing individual, first of all.
Thanks.
I respect all you've done, like legitimately and very genuinely, from the bottom line.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys giving me this platform to speak about awareness for not only special needs animals and cats, which I do, but wildlife and all the other animals that live out there. We're supposed to be their caretakers. We're supposed to be looking out for them. We happen to be, have the bigger brains. We happen to be, have opposable thumbs, but we're supposed to be the ones that care for the animals, just like we do our children. We're supposed to be doing that. We're supposed to be their stewards. That is what originally was meant for us to be doing for them, not abusing them, not putting them in factory farms, not, doing the atrocities that we do. And we need to change that. It needs to change.
Right. We didn't get thumbs to fight them. We got thumbs to help them. And
yes, exactly.
And I love that so very much. So I personally will take this a very long way. I've always been one. Animals and I have a special relationship as well. So, I am very cognizant of them and doing things for them on a daily basis between my own animals and then others. But regardless of already doing that, it's just that much more clicked me. This interview and talking to you just clicked me to remember and to take that effort to the next step, the next level when I can and when I, and I surely will. And so thank you.
Say something else too that we were talking about earlier a little bit. Just if anyone watching this has and needs help with a special needs animal, they can just go to my YouTube channel and there's many tutorials. I do cats, but I can put them in touch with people if they have a dog that needs help or whatever. But I have all these tutorials, and I also encourage people to DM me on Instagram. That's the quickest way for me to get back, because that's the platform I'm on the most. They can also send a message via Facebook, or they can just send me an email.
Right.
And I know you guys will probably put up the links for that, but it's, I'm here. My motto for my rescue is people helping people help animals.
Oh, that's a great one. Wow. I love that.
I'm here on this planet to do that. I can't, a lot of times people just want to give me their animals, but unfortunately I can't, but I can teach someone to take care. If their cat suddenly becomes paraplegic, like one of mine, people that I helped, her cat fell out of a window and became paraplegic. Right. And they lived high up in an apartment, and the cat fell off the ledge of the balcony. And so she was frantic and didn't know how to do anything to help the kitty. And so, the tutorials, and I talked her through it and walked her through it. And she wasn't even in this country. So I'm here. I'm more than willing to help. But don't think that you can give me all your cats. As much as I wanted to take them, I want to take them, but there's one of me. I can't take them all, but I can help them.
Right. And I know you would, but that's honestly more important. It's the old cliche, teaching you how to fish or whatever that one is, where nothing will ever come from just giving away your problem. Sometimes
and a lot of people want to do that. It's a lot.
It's maybe they think it's easier, but I don't think it even is easier. I think the morally and the way it makes you feel is harder doing that when you could just take these extra steps and learn from others like yourself that have been in these positions and then do it. Whenever you don't know something, there's always somebody out there that does, really. So you're going to be a beacon for them. So we have a YouTube channel, we have Instagram, Facebook, websites,
Website.
all of
Yeah.
that. I'm going to
We
have all of
have,
those.
so I'd like to also I wanted to say what we're looking to grow the rescue would be great. I'm always on the lookout for philanthropists who want to help.
Okay.
Maybe they don't want to be hands-on, but they have the money to help. And that's how my rescue, what I'm doing, is going to grow. And one of my main focuses of my rescue is indoor outdoor. I have volunteered at rescues that were all indoor and the animals were in cages, and it was not a rescue, it was a prison.
That's a prison. Yeah, exactly.
And they had mange and they were dying and they got no sunlight and they just couldn't get out of these cages. It's horrific what a rescue can be called. So mine is a free range approach.
Right.
So having indoor and outdoor accessible for the animals all the time. So that's what I'll be doing now. I do that now, and I'll be growing as I get bigger. I'm just going to do what I'm doing here on a larger scale. But that takes money, to facilitate that.
Absolutely.
And like I said, there's only one of me, and I can only do so much. So I need some help. So if anyone does want to help out,
done more than you ever.
But it pains me because I just want this to grow. So I just need help. Unfortunately, I'm not a millionaire. Yep. I keep playing that lottery, but if anyone out there wants to help animals and wants to do something good with their money, then they can hit me up, and I'm more than happy.
A place, and again, you said you don't even take a payment from it. It's clear. It's like, oh my gosh, let's do this. Let's help you. Let's get you where you need to be with the rescue. Any way we can.